Welcome to The Bluegrass Story, the podcast that takes you on a captivating journey behind the mic with the most talented and influential artists in the world of bluegrass music. In each episode, we dive deep into the lives and careers of bluegrass musicians, exploring the stories that shaped their artistry and the passion that fuels their love for this timeless genre. Now, here's your host, Don Mack.
Well, hello, and welcome to a very special episode of the Bluegrass Story. I'm your host, Don Mack. Today, we introduce you to an extraordinary young talent who is making waves in the world of bluegrass, Wyatt Ellis. Born in 2009 near the Great Smoky Mountains, Wyatt's love for the mandolin was ignited by the iconic Rocky Top solo. At just 10 years old, he convinced his dad to buy him a mandolin and began lessons. The COVID lockdown couldn't stop Wyatt's passion, however. He honed his skills under the guidance of Sierra Hall and connected with the bluegrass community online, even befriending top mandolin players. Wyatt's talent led to remarkable opportunities, including performances with Peter Rowan, Molly Tuttle, Marty Stewart, and more. At 13, he made his Grand Ole Opry debut, and his social media following soared. Today, we delve into Wyatt Ellis's incredible journey and talent right here on the Bluegrass Story. Join us as we celebrate this young prodigy who is redefining the future of bluegrass music. It's a musical journey you won't want to miss.
Hey, this is Wyatt Ellis, and you're listening to the Bluegrass Story.
Well, hello, Wyatt. Welcome to the Bluegrass Story. We're so glad to have you on with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
We are definitely looking forward to chatting with you over the next few minutes about your up-and-coming career and all the great things you've got going on. And so thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on.
Well, the first question I want to ask is, how did you first become interested in playing the mandolin?
Yeah, so, when I first started playing, around when I was 10 and living in the Knoxville area and hearing Bobby Osborne play the break on Rocky Top all the time, really, I always wondered what that instrument was. And, when I found out, I was, interested to start playing, and I did. I got a mandolin and started playing, and then I heard Bill Monroe, and that really, inspired me to keep it going.
Yeah, and look at you now, just a few short years later, and now you are really grabbing a lot of attention in the world of bluegrass music with your talent and your skill, for sure. So tell us a little bit about your musical journey so far. When you just said you started playing around 10 years old, and how did you develop your skills?
Yeah, so the pandemic came along, and that really freed up a lot of time, and as well as a lot of great mentors online. And I did a lot of, Skype workshops and stuff to, really maximize my time and learn how to play.
I would definitely say it's paying off, too. That was time well spent, despite the circumstances we were all living under at that time. Who do you consider to be your biggest musical influences, both in the mandolin world, but also in other aspects of bluegrass music?
Yeah, so, my biggest influences, I think, would be Bobby Osborne and the Osborne Brothers, Bill Monroe, the Johnson Mountain Boys, Dudley Connell especially. I love his singing. And David McLaughlin on the mandolin.
I like the fact that as young as you are, you have such an old soul for bluegrass music. And the thing that is exciting about that is that you are probably already attracting a much younger audience, but you're staying true to the genre. And that's really, really cool to see that happening. I hope that, at the age you are, that's going to inspire other young people to take up, playing an instrument and getting into bluegrass music, because I think it's the best genre in the world to be a part of.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So what do you enjoy most about playing the mandolin compared to, other instruments? Do you play any other instruments besides mandolin?
I do. I play mandolin, guitar, fiddle, and just a little bit of bass, but, I'm getting into learning it. And I started on piano. So.
Oh, wow.
It's I play quite a few instruments, but, the mandolin has always, stood out to me as, it's a very, it has a lot of drive, and it's really versatile, and, I just love playing.
Yeah, the mandolin is kind of like the dobro. Those are two instruments in bluegrass that I think are just kind of mesmerizing. It's like when you hear them, the sounds are so iconic, especially on the mandolin. And if someone is not familiar with the mandolin, it is kind of a unique sound, and they go, what is that instrument? It piques people's interest. It gets them wanting to find out more, kind of like it did with you in the very beginning. So share a memorable experience, if you will, that you've had thus far. I know that you have shared the stage with some iconic greats in bluegrass music so far at your young age. And so do you have a memorable experience or performance that you can share?
Oh, man, there's so many, but, playing the Grand Ole Opry with Alien Vincent was amazing, and getting to play the IBMA Awards show with Peter Rowan was equally as amazing. There's just so many.
Yeah,
and Billy Strings.
Wow. I read about that you were on stage with Billy, and and I thought, to be your age and you're already getting these opportunities is just a testament to your talent and your skill, and you've got this big, bright career ahead of you. So it's like you're just getting started, but yet you've arrived. So it's really cool to see how it's all evolving for you. Well, this is kind of a little bit of a fun question, but given how busy your performance career has gotten in a hurry, how do you balance your schoolwork and other activities with a busy performing and touring schedule?
Yeah, I'm homeschooled, so, I can, it works really well with all the picking.
Oh, that's great. That's a great, great balance then,
Oh, yeah.
So speaking of touring and performing, how do you handle nerves before a performance? And do you have any pre-show things that you do? Do you have nerves? I mean, you get up on stage, you just make it look effortless and like you're just having the most fun, and you don't appear nervous at all.
No, I mean, no, not really. I'm never really that nervous. I just like to, get out and have fun.
Well, that's what it's all about. Well, congratulations on your latest single, Grassy Cove, featuring Sierra Hull. That's exciting, and that's a great, great single, by the way. Can you tell us about the inspiration behind the song and how the collaboration with Sierra came about?
Yeah, so Grassy Cove just, was to start off, I was doing an apprenticeship with Sierra through the state of Tennessee at the time, and through the pandemic, and I'd been through Grassy Cove many times, and it was a really awesome place, really beautiful, and I knew about it, and one day I was just sitting in the house, coming up with a tune, and it slowly started coming together, and I showed it to Sierra, and she really helped me get the tune finished and make it sound good,
Oh, it definitely sounds good. I mean, that song is really smoking, and it's moving up the charts quite a bit. I mean, it's just amazing how much buzz is around this tune. And I think the fact that you're as young as you are, it's just fascinating for a lot of people to see this sheer talent, and then a great single, the first of many to come from you, I'm sure. But what was your experience like working with her? I know, as you had the apprenticeship, but how has her musical style influenced the direction of the single and possibly, your own style?
Yeah, just getting to do the apprenticeship, helped me in so many areas of my playing. It just really, helped my playing, and getting to play with Sierra so much and hear her playing is really, inspired me to up my game, and it's just really, really inspiring what she does.
Absolutely. I mean, she's an icon in her own right in the world of bluegrass music. So to have a collaboration like that is just simply amazing. And I'm sure that's many more to come from you, I know, in this business. Well, thinking ahead a little bit, are there any particular goals that you've set for yourself and for future as as your future unfolds in bluegrass music?
Yeah, so a big goal of mine is just to keep writing music and putting new things out in the world, and bluegrass music needs that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have a feeling down the road, we're going to be seeing you kind of a repeat winner on the IBMAs. I think you could win a Grammy in the future. I mean, you have your whole future ahead of you because of, you've already played the Opry, played with Billy Strings, you played with some of the best in bluegrass, and but yet the sky's the limit. And I'm just really excited to see what's to come for you as time unfolds, for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm excited too.
Well, Wyatt, I'm curious to know, you've had this great collaboration with Sierra Hall and your latest single, but can you talk a little bit about any new singles or projects you have in the works that you can share at this time?
Yeah, so I've just recently released a single, with a hero and great mentor of mine, Jake Workman, and it's got, so many great musicians on the track. Justin Moses plays the banjo, and Jake Workman plays the guitar, and Michael Cleveland plays fiddle, which was a big surprise at the studio. I wasn't expecting that. Justin surprised me with Michael, and he's one of my biggest heroes, and he really lit it up on this track. But Mike Bubb on bass, it's just an all-star lineup.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That is going to be a great single, and I think fans are probably really loving it already, and it's got lots of promise. It's going to do very well. Mm-hmm. I feel like.
Thank you.
So, do you have anything else going on? You have any other upcoming appearances, performances, any other projects in the works that you can talk about at this time, or what have you?
Yeah, so, I'm always, really looking forward to IBMA. I get to meet a lot of my heroes, and I've got an official showcase, and, that's really an honor.
Oh, congratulations on that. That's huge.
Oh, yeah.
And not, it's not an honor that's bestowed on everyone, only the best of the best. So, again, I'm just amazed at your talent and your skill set to be the age you are, and you are already being noticed, and as I said, in some ways it feels like you've arrived in the world of bluegrass music. People know who you are, and I can't even say you're up and coming because you're making a name for yourself, and everything you're doing right now is unbelievable. It's the stuff dreams are made of, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Well, before we wrap up, Wyatt, I want to play a fun little game that kind of gives listeners a chance to know some fun things about you that they may not know otherwise. And it's just 5 questions, very basic, easy. There are no wrong answers, just all in fun. Are you up for that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, the first question is one that I ask every guest because you get so many different answers, but what would you say, and this may not be a fair question because you've had I think you've worked with some great people in the industry so far, but what would be a dream collaboration if you had one?
Oh, man, there's so many great ones, but, all these, of course, the collaboration with Sierra and now Jake Workman have all been amazing. But, there's going to be some amazing collaborations, coming in the future with some new music on my album. And, I got to work with Bobby Osborne on some lessons through the Kentucky School of Bluegrass for 2 years. And that was definitely an amazing experience, probably my biggest hero.
Wow. And, considering he recently passed away, what a special honor to be able to do that and to have that. And for him to be one of your musical heroes anyway, and was one of the driving forces behind the inspiration for you wanting to learn how to play mandolin, that's something that you'll have with you for the rest of your life, and that's incredibly special.
Yeah, we even wrote a tune together on our last lesson.
Oh, wow. Well, I really hope you are going to release that at some point, because I know bluegrass fans would eat that up just because it's, you and Bobby Osborne, and, his music is timeless. It's going to live on. I think the world misses him greatly. But it just amazes me how he was still performing almost right up to the very end, and has left such a legacy behind for everyone to enjoy. And this is a fun question, not music related, but what is your favorite food?
Ooh, I like a lot of food, but I just like good homemade food, chicken pot pie, anything like that. Yeah.
There's nothing like home cooking, is it? It's good stuff. Well, what is your favorite song, or do you have a favorite movie? Either or both?
Ooh, a favorite song. The bluegrass catalog is, so large. I love a lot of, Bobby Osborne stuff. And, the first bluegrass song I ever heard was Rocky Top, And Walls of Time by Peter Rowan is another one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I think anybody that's never even, people before they ever get into bluegrass music, whether they're just a fan or what have you, Rocky Top is one of those staple songs. Even if you listen to other genres and you really haven't listened to bluegrass, Rocky Top is just iconic, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows that song. It's a hard one to beat, really. Well, what is your favorite holiday or favorite season of the year?
I like the fall, and I like the fall a lot, and the winter, and I like the Thanksgiving and Christmas time. I do like to eat.
Well, I tell you, everybody gets their fair share of that during the holiday season, for sure. It's a special time indeed. All right. Do you prefer going to the beach or to the mountains?
To the mountains.
Oh, okay. And that's going to conclude the 5-question lightning round. Thank you so much for playing along. That was fun.
Thank you.
Well, Wyatt, I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. It has been a pleasure speaking with you and an honor, and I'm so excited to see everything that's happening. I'm excited about the new single and what's to come from you moving forward. I think you have a bright future ahead.
Yeah, it's been so fun talking.
Well, you are so welcome, and let us know if there's anything that we can do to help promote you and your music. We are happy to do it.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you, and we will see you out on the road sometime very soon.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
All right. Well, take care, Wyatt.
You too.
You've been listening to The Bluegrass Story, a production of BluegrassPlanetRadio.com. We hope you've enjoyed this insightful journey into the world of bluegrass music and its captivating stories. Remember, you can tune in to The Bluegrass Story anytime on demand on all major streaming platforms. Keep the bluegrass spirit alive, and thank you for joining us.